Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to really dig into some powerful ideas from a devotional called God Calls Us Back, From Comfort to Calling. Our mission, really, is to unpack this, quite intense story from Genesis 34, focusing on verse 30. We want to explore how sometimes, chasing comfort can actually steer us away from where we should be. But also, and this is key, how even really tough situations might be the very thing that leads us back.
Yeah, it's fascinating how the source jumps right into Jacob's initial choice.
Yeah.
God was clear, go back to Bethel, that was the place of covenant, his spiritual anchor, you could say.
Yeah.
But instead, he settles near Shechem. And the text suggests why it just seemed, easier, more comfortable, more convenient.
Yeah.
Right. But that choice, the little detour for comfort, it really set the stage for some profound heartbreak down the line. We see it play out terribly in Genesis 34. I mean, the violation of his daughter Dinah, just awful.
Awful.
And then the reaction of his sons, Simeon and Levi. Their revenge was brutal, deceptive. It plunged the whole family into a serious crisis. It's a stark reminder, isn't it? Settling for less than what God asks, even if it feels comfortable, can have these significant, really painful consequences.
It really makes you stop and think about those smaller decisions in our own lives, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just so easy to drift when things feel okay, when life's comfortable. You stop really listening, maybe, and you can end up setting up camp, physically, spiritually, even in relationships somewhere you weren't actually meant to be long term.
Exactly.
And that question the devotional raises, am I where God wants me to be right now? That's a heavy one, especially if comfort might be kind of numbing you to a deeper call.
And if you look at the bigger picture, the devotional isn't just saying avoid sin. It's more nuanced. It emphasizes that even when these difficult, really messy things happen, like with Dinah, and then the brother's violent response, God is still somehow working within it. The pain was undeniable. The situation was chaotic. Absolutely. But what's kind of remarkable is that these very events seem to be what finally pushed Jacob.
Yeah.
They compelled him to finally obey God's original command, to leave Shechem and actually go back to Bethel, which we see happen just in the next chapter, Genesis 35.
So the crisis became the catalyst.
Sort of, yeah. It raises a big question for us, I think. Can we trust that God can use everything, even the really tumultuous moments, the painful stuff?
Yeah.
Can he use it to course correct us?
That's such a powerful idea, and often kind of counterintuitive, right? We usually just want the pain to stop.
Of course.
But the text is really clear here. God doesn't waste our pain. That phrase really jumps out.
It does.
This idea that in his mercy, maybe his wisdom, he can actually redeem those tough experiences. He can transform what feels like a dead end into, a path back to him.
Mm-hmm. He repurposes it.
So if your life feels unsettled right now, or maybe turbulent,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's not just random chaos, maybe it's actually a signal.
A prompt, yeah.
A divine nudge, maybe, guiding you back towards a path that's clearer, the one you were meant for. It's about seeing those trials not just as obstacles, but potentially as instruments guiding you somewhere deeper.
Guiding you into deeper grace, as the source puts it.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, the main takeaway seems pretty clear. There's this constant tension, often quiet, between just settling for comfort.
Mm-hmm. The easy road.
And really listening for that deeper, maybe harder divine calling. But Jacob's story shows us, even through incredible mess and pain,
Terrible pain.
there's still a way back. And often it seems the path back is through those very challenges.
Precisely. God really doesn't waste our pain. He can use the hardest moments, the ones we'd never choose, to wake us up, essentially, to lead us back towards him. So if life feels confusing or chaotic, like the devotional says, it might not just be bad luck. It could very well be that divine invitation, a call to reassess, maybe, and return to where you truly belong.
So the final thought for you listening is this. Based on what we've talked about, what does it truly mean for you to listen to God's call right now in your life, especially when that safe path or just the convenient one looks so much more appealing than maybe the one you sense you're intended for? Is it possible that comfort is kind of numbing a potential calling for you? And maybe, just maybe, could the challenges you're facing actually be a hidden guide, steering you back to where you were meant to be all along? Something to definitely ponder.